Hello, you lovely people. It's Mike Rondo coming to you at the Shed of Solitude. Now, I think my lighting situation in the summer setup here is a little better. I apologize. You got to look up at all this ugly stuff up here, but I'll work on that. I just wanted the lighting to be better than last time. So today, as you can tell, we are doing The Merry Monk by Draker and Son. I think I said that right. Although I think I said in the past Drucker. But I think it's Draker. I don't know. Someday I'll get that right. This was blended on 419 of this year. 419, same thing. And I am smoking in the church warden. I figured if I'm going to be religious today, it's Sunday. Why not? This is about the most formal religious thing I'll ever do on a Sunday. Because some of you know, for lack of a better term and for label's sake, I'm a non-believer / atheist, although it really doesn't mean anything to me. Whatever label you want to call it, I don't really care. I have no beef with religion. I used to back in the day. I used to be a very militant atheist, if you will. But I grew up. But yeah, to me, and I've said this before recently, I think I said it in a couple of videos ago, that it's a irrelevant question to me if God exists or not. I really don't care. I'm going to live my life as I see fit, if you will. Not that I know what I'm doing. But anyway, let's get into this. I've already started. I've packed this pipe. There's not much in it, obviously, because this 7LE Church Warden, which is one of my favorite all-time pipes, doesn't hold a lot, which is fine. We don't need to have a big production on this review, initial impressions, if you will. I can tell you right away, I can get the Latakia. And not that it's a lat bomb or it's strong. It's just, out of all the blends, Latakia I get very easy. That and Cavendish, but Latakia I just know right off the bat. Now there's Perique in this, from what I read. Let's see if I can. So got red and bright Virginia leaf, seasoned with Cypriot Latakia. I'll just say Latakia. I'm not sure if I even said that right. Cyprian Latakia. I think that's really what I don't know. Anyway, you pros will know what it is and let me know, I'm sure. St. James Perique, which... and then it's got white burley. I've never heard of white burley. Black toasted Cavendish. I have heard of that. A rich mixture, blah, blah, blah. Almost scandalous. Is pressed and aged in cakes before being sliced into flakes. So this is by Gregory Pease. But I can get the Latakia right off, which for me, I don't have an issue because I'd say in the last year or so, maybe year and a half, I really got into Latakia blends. I think you can see that, I want to say the middle of last year's videos to the end of last year, I really had a lot of blends, I think, with a lot of Latakia in it. Or I'm not remembering right at all. But I gotta say, I am liking this. And the reason I went with this, I don't know where it is, because I reorganized my blends, but I do have First Amendment by them, which is one of my steady blends throughout the summer last year. I still got a good chunk left, because these tins pack a lot. What is this, 2 ounce? This is more than 2 ounces. What is this here? 100 grams is what it says. 100 gram tin, which equals out to, I don't know. So this is an English flake cut. It says it on the label. Anyway, enough of that stuff. But I was a little drawn to this because the Merry Monk, I got a bit of a affinity for monks. Speaking of a non-religious guy, I've always admired monks anyway. It's funny because the local college basketball team, one of my favorite teams, is the Friars, the Providence College Friars. So I got that going for me. And my hangout when I was a kid was the Cumberland Library, but before it was the Cumberland Library, it was the Cumberland Monastery. And of course there was a fire in the 50s or whatever. The monks left the land to the town, and the town made it into a library slash public space, basically. And it's one of my favorite hangouts. If I ever get cremated, some of me's got to go there, because I spent so much time there as a kid and a teen and even as a young adult, and a lot of memories there. And I got millions of stories. I did one video there, actually. It's like one of my first videos I did back in October of 2020 on my ghost story, because there's a lot of ghost stories there and whatnot. So, but anyway, I don't believe in ghosts either. It's just I experienced something and I can't explain it. But that video is somewhere in the the archive somewhere. But and of course I got the book. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's over there. I don't know. I thought it was over here. Oh, here we go. I'm going to knock things over here. This is on my to-read list. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. I had to get this one. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it back when I was aggravated with work, and I wanted to just sell everything, go live in the woods, and be a hermit and never be heard from again kind of thing. But I chilled out since then. You know, my stoic side said, hey, bring it down a few, you know, and whatnot. But anyway, let's get into this review, because who wants to hear my nonsense? You know, the good thing about smoking in this pipe, it cools the smoke. Obviously, it's a long pipe and a long shank, staff, whatever you want to call it, a bit. I can't remember what the hell it is right now. But interesting, because it's very latakia to me. And I think that's just the way my palate picks it up. But there's something else in there. I want to say it's the Perique, but I can't. Perique is a hard one for me for whatever reason to get. I'm like nose blind or taste blind to it. But there's like this sweetness with it. Like you get this latakia thing, and then there's like this sweetness at the tail end of that. Like not an aftertaste, just before you're done with your puff. I'm really liking this. I gotta say, this is much better than Timeless and Geometry. This is a much better. I'm glad I got 2 tins of this. My friend Joe, if you're watching, and I know you're new to pipe smoking, get this blend. I don't think this is a bad blend for a novice to jump into. I may be biting off more than I can chew there. Maybe other people might disagree with me, but I don't think it's over the top, especially with the latakia. I think it's just right where you'd want it. But I'm liking this end note that I'm getting. It's like perfumey, flowery kind of note. By the way, I got the fire going tonight. Normally I have like a lakeside or woodsy scene out here while I'm doing it over here, because it's like a window in the cabin kind of vibe that I'm trying to go for. But I went with the fire, which is normally, this is what you hear. Sometimes you might hear it. When this is going, this little heater over here with the fire, when I'm doing my fireside chat, so to speak, in the winter, this is the sound effect you hear of the flame. It's not actually that. So just a little behind the scenes magic. But I got this playing, and you can hear maybe the fire a little bit, because my neighbor's out on his back getting all his summertime stuff out, and he's playing Tom Petty stuff, and I don't want a copyright strike if it actually, any of that bleeds into the video. So, but back to this. Now I'm curious if I get further down in the bowl, if I'll get any of that Virginia stuff. Which I usually do, because usually, you know me, I puff like a freight train in here when I do these videos. And you know what's great about this perfume note? Sorry to interrupt myself, but it's such a nice smell. It reminds me of like the soap note. We all know the soap note that you get with Latakia or Perique or whatever, or both or whatever. I always get this soap note thing, and it's usually not the best thing in the world. And usually it's at lower end of the bowl. But this is... early on, but it's not soapy. It's flowery, with a hint of that soap note. But even on the end, I'm wondering if the toasted Virginia's there. What was it? Toasted Virginia's? Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Where was it? The black toasted Cavendish. I wonder if that's taking the edge off of that soap note, because it's like a... Well, let me smoke it just to see what the hell I'm experiencing here. So, like, it wants to go into that soap note that we all probably know, but then it's like this warming kind of note. But then it's like floral when it's a very floral kind of smoke note. Which I think, you know, I would bring this, and maybe I'll do the second time around, maybe I'll do that when I get a chance. I'll go to the monastery, and I'll find a tree. Maybe I'll go to Nine Men's Misery and smoke this bowl of this there in honor of the monks. This is a good one. That much I can say. I'm not going to go on too long with this video. Now, there's a bit of a... And this is where the Virginia's got to be kicking in, because I'm smoking... I don't want to call it a tongue bite, but there's a kick there. There's like a little bit of... like, if I wasn't doing this video and I got this little taste, I would stop and relax a little bit more. That's kind of... It's kind of like a warning light while I'm smoking this, is saying, hey, there's some Virginias in here. It's going to get hot. You might want to pump the brakes a little bit there, Mike. That's all I'm saying. So just be forewarned if you're smoking, and especially in a small bowl like this. I can feel it getting warmer. I wouldn't say hot, but probably normally I would sit this down for a good five minutes before I puffed on it. But I'm doing a video, so I must press on. Plus, it doesn't help I get a little spit going down there to add steam to the fire. But this is a... Damn, this is a good one. Let me do this. Let me be sinful, because I hate gurgles, and I tend to do it. I know, sacrilege, pulling this off. Someone's gonna have a fit in the comments, I'm sure. But the good news is I don't care. So be mad. You smoke your pipe however you do it. The sad part is if I broke it right there, you'd have plenty of ammunition to say, see, you dumb fool. That's why you don't do that. Of course, I don't think I got all the gurgles out. If I was doing top 10 video or a top 5 video like I used to do with my blends. I mean, we're at the 6-month mark, the half the year. This would probably be number 1 right now. See, I didn't get rid of the gurgle. All that for nothing. Maybe if I tamp. Now, I will say it's a little... Let's see. I got a little bit left here. It's not too moist, but probably want to let this sit for 15-20 minutes and you'll be good. I was kind of in a rush. And that touch of Brilli is giving it a good smokiness to it. Now, if I was clever with my video editing, and I'm not, maybe someday I will. This is seen in Pulp Fiction, where Mia Wallace is doing a line of coke, and she comes up from there and she says, "God damn, God damn." That's kind of how this is right now. That's kind of how I feel. I would insert that clip right there, because that's how good it is. Ooh. Actually inhaled. That's not good. This is a really good one. Again, I would caution you, though, when you're doing this, sip it. Don't puff like a crazy man like me on a YouTube channel. Take a nice long puff and then let it out, and then just put it down for a good 5 minutes. Because the Virginias, I can feel them starting to cook. I feel. It's got to be it. But this is a good one. Also, speaking of tin art, I mean, how could you say no to that? I mean, that's pretty good stuff right there. This is a good, you know, you see the Merry Monk kind of brings a Christmas feel to it, but monks, you know, I get what they're going with here. It's, they can be merry all year round. But not only that, monks were kind of like Jedi, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of, let me get away from the light there. That's a little too bright. Let me do this so you get a better look at the tin art, not my ugly mug. There you go. Isn't that cool? One of the coolest tin arts I've seen in a long, long time. Make sure I hit the right button there. I know my friend Redcoats was doing a thing on tin art. I know he was doing a giveaway or whatever. Maybe I'll watch his videos. I hadn't watched because I didn't want to interject, because I didn't want to be part of the giveaway. I'd rather have other people win that or whatnot. But I do want to check his video. I love his videos, so I will go back and check them out. And then I'll give a video response, I think. Because most tin art is pretty good. I have one gripe with the tin art, and that was St. Nicholas by Cornell and Deal with their tin art for that blend, because he's smoking a little pipe and not a church warden. That's my biggest gripe out of all the tin arts that I had. Of course, GLP's Cumberland blend, which is the worst blend I've ever had. Theirs is just a very generic label, and that's fitting for that blend. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this. I'm halfway through. No complaints. I really like this one. I'm looking forward to doing a second time around. Not for a while. I'm going to smoke a lot of this. I can tell you that right now. It's just going to be like First Amendment was last year. This might be the summer blend that I go to a lot. Kind of like Edward G. Robinson. It's kind of I feel like it's one of those blends where it's just kind of a go-to blend. Not that I go to it every day, but at least once, maybe twice a week, I would dip into it. So I feel it's one of those blends. But anyway, I say pick yourself up a tin of it, try it out, let me know what you think. Maybe you disagree and think it's horrible. Let me know. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys soon.